Howdy, I'm DevTank, and this is my game, Gary Gets Garbage. In this devlog, it'll go from this to this. In the last devlog, I talked about how my game lacked direction. The main way to remedy this is to give the game, well, direction. How I achieved this was first planning everything out for the future of Gary Gets Garbage in Milanote, and here's a sneak peek. This refactoring allowed me to make some pretty massive improvements, including a complete camera movement overhaul, which allowed a very needed and requested addition, Free Look.
Wow!
Which was actually improved further by a member of our Discord, which you should join, by the way. We also have a resident garbage truck expert in the Discord, so you know, it's pretty neat. After getting the driving working, I needed to move on to by far my biggest hurdle, terrain generation. Getting this working well enough to run on the Steam Deck was extremely difficult. The first iteration would generate the map at the start of the scene. It would also generate everything required to make the map function, for example, collision. This had two major drawbacks. Everything ran on the CPU, which made it extremely slow, and the map size was fixed to an extremely small amount that would make everything feel extremely claustrophobic. Thankfully, Godot has a great community with an expansive library of tutorials. With these tutorials and a little bit of elbow grease and lots of duct tape, I was able to cobble together a somewhat working flip map terrain generation system that actually worked. Wait a minute, that's not right. Okay, now let's try this. Okay, still not working. Maybe if I just... No, I will not turn to the dark side. Okay, just a little more work and I'll get it working. Just a little bit more, right? Just a tiny little bit more.
1 million, zillion, jillion, dillion, cotillion times later.
I did it. I don't know how long it took or how much sleep I lost, but it works. Okay, so now I'm going to explain this to you and you're going to like it. Basically, the shape of the terrain is made by something called Perlin noise. That is basically just a bunch of math equations to generate some black and white blobs on an image. We then use this image to determine the height of our terrain and project it onto a mesh. This is how we shape our terrain. Now for collision, we use the same Perlin noise seed and location to generate a small patch of collision that moves with the object it is assigned to. All this together makes the terrain extremely scalable and performant, and most importantly, infinite. So, it's able to run on the Steam Deck, it's infinite so it's no longer claustrophobic, and we can do a lot of cool things with it. Now we just need to make it look pretty. I started off with texturing the floor itself, and this went through multiple iterations, some better than others. After this, I realized the current texture and model of the garbage truck wouldn't fit the art style or feel of the game I was going for. So of course, the only logical thing to do was take several days to remodel a new garbage truck and learn a completely new workflow using Substance Painter. You know, that totally makes a whole bunch of sense. I did make a pretty cool barrel first though, and this was basically just to prove that this workflow was even doable, and honestly, I think it came out pretty nice. Using the same workflow, I textured the garbage truck, and honestly, I'm pretty proud of it. And after putting in an engine, it looked really good, and I was really proud of everything I'd done so far. And Gary Gets Garbage was starting to come together again. Okay, so now I had terrain generation, a garbage truck, and a barrel, but something was missing. Trees and cactuses? Cacti? I don't know, cacti, whatever. I modeled and textured a tree and developed a system to spawn and despawn these trees in chunks, using a very sophisticated equation based off of the height at a location in the Perlin noise map. Extremely sophisticated. Super duper sophisticated equation. I also may have created a tree cult along the way, but we're not going to talk about that. After adding some more variety to the landscape with cacti and barrels, also some better fog, we now have a landscape. Okay, thanks for watching. As always, I really appreciate your time. It means a lot. Join the Discord, do whatever, and I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day. Bye.
Give your meat a good old rub. Yeah, boy.